back to it. Good morning, good evening, happy new week. Happy new week from me to you. My name is Faith Maria, aka the first Lily after her grandmother. I'm the first one. And I am here to, first of all, I want to apologize in regards to my previous video. If you realize that there are things I did ask that were so, you know what I mean. They are boring. Like, I don't know. I just didn't do the research and I didn't expect the sexuality thing to come up. So I am sorry about that. And anyway, welcome back to Unfiltered by Maria. Remember, here everything is unfiltered, unscripted, and we are here to be real. We tell you the truth straight in your face. And today I feel like doing Nigerian accent. And Britain accent. I'm sorry if that pisses you off, but I love accents. I've been training these things for too long. Okay. So on today's episode, I think we are on episode 10. 10, yeah? Okay. It's a long way coming. So we're going to talk about our story. There is a story I came across that was before I encountered a certain incident. So I'll say the story and then I say my incident. Okay, so my question is to all my viewers, how well do you know your pimp? Okay, so before I say it, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to my community. Big shout out to everyone, the returning subscribers, the OG, everyone, the man behind this camera. Yes. And also all of them, the returning, the viewers, those who share, everyone. So today, actually, there is someone who sent their story to me. It was, they wanted to be anonymous because they wanted to, I asked them if they can show their face on camera. They said no. So they share their story. And at some point, it did resonate to some of my stories because, yes, once upon a time, I had pimps. So my question is, how well do you know your pimp? How well do you know your mubaba? How well do you know your sugar daddy? How well do you know that your pimp is your pimp and not your boyfriend? Okay, so most people here really do how do I say it? Some people do give their boyfriend a title, yet they are their pimps. So before I tell you the difference between the boyfriends and the mubabas and stuff, I want to tell you the story. Okay, so I did read it up, and now I'm here to narrate it to you. At some point, maybe I won't get the whole story, but yes. So this lady was, she is like those, those women, women who go out to get men. So her big aim was to get a man who will, when you go out and you want to attract your babas, benefactors, we call them benefactors, you want to be a sugar baby. So this lady found a good one. I can say a good one. And on the story, she says that she eventually they did exchange contact, and that day, the first time they met, the guy dropped him off. And according to the story, she wasn't dropped off where she lives. Unjela kudanganya. You people lie. Women lie. Women lie. I don't know why she lied, but she said she did not disclose where she lived to the guy. She lied about it. So when they were, before she was dropped off that day, the guy left, the guy gave her money. A lot of money, bunda la noti, to people who know Bundalanuti. And she was surprised. And the guy told her that there is a lot where that comes from. And I mean, umetoka wera. And you are surprised that someone is just surprising you with money and he's not asking for much. And this woman was like, yo, I just got my man. I mean, I just got a sugar daddy. Now I'm a sugar baby. So after that, they were like exchanging messages and stuff. And all of a sudden, the guy started asking her if she will be the she. The she. I think it's really disturbing. But okay. Asked her if she can move in, or rather, if she can, it's okay if he can get an apartment for her. I mean, rent out an apartment for her. The lady was like, okay, it's fine. So the guy rented out an apartment. And once this apartment was rented, this lady moved in. This guy, like, wasn't living with her in that house. Like, he just rented the apartment for her. And the lady was enjoying life. When it came to anything she wanted, the guy was like, if it's hairdresser, just call them to come. I mean, book an appointment and they come do your hair in the house. Anything, it was to be done in the house. I mean, she wasn't supposed to go outside. And if you have ever had a sugar daddy, a mubaba, you'll for real have the opportunity to get the money and anything you want from him, but you should obey his rules. I mean, his rules was for her not to step outside, and she was okay with it. So as she was okay with the rules, of course, they came with a lot of repercussions. But now she's leaving the house, she's enjoying the life, she's being given money and all that. Now what really happened is that eventually, anyway, so the girl started living, she's living the life, and all of a sudden there is something she realized about herself. She stopped pooping. It's funny, but I will tell you about my incident now. This will make sense. She stopped pooping, and now she can't poop. She was wondering what was going on. She thought, maybe it's just constipation and stuff, but she was eating right. And then, when it comes to constipation, you try every remedy, it's not working. Remember, she's not supposed to go outside. She wants the money. She's obeying the rules. She's there to obey. So, after a while, she started noticing something in the house. She seeing, she called it, she wrote, like, in the story, she has written hallucination. She thought she was hallucinating, or she was going through spiritual psychosis. It wasn't supposed to put the spiritual there, but psychosis. She was seeing a shadow. Anywhere she shifted to in that house, if she goes to the bedroom, if she goes wherever, the shadow follows her. And at some point, maybe she thought it was a shadow. And all of a sudden, she had a bad feeling about it. And because she's someone who is spiritually awakened, she decided to contact her spiritual doctor. And when she contacted her healer, she had the opportunity to leave the house at that time. So the only idea she had, there is a certain salon that this guy knows she goes to. The appointment were being booked, but if she was going to the salon, the guy was taking her to the salon. So the guy knows that this is the salon my sugar baby goes to. So she left the car there. She prepared a certain day, one day that she will go there. So she went there, left the car outside, and took a pikipiki, a boda, and went to her traditional healer. When she went to that traditional healer, even before she talked, she told that they started the consultation. The traditional healer said that, that place you went, it's not a good place for you. And now is when she started telling her, the lady, that she hasn't been pooping, and she has been seeing shadows in the house that she's been living in. And that's when, so a lot of things were revealed, and the moment, I mean, she was shocked. Anyway, the traditional healer gave her some medication, and she was supposed to go there after maybe a week. I mean, after a few days, it's medication. So after that, she went back to the salon where she left her car and decided to go back home. When she was going back to that apartment, the guy had already packed her bags, and now she wasn't going to spend the night in that house. That's how she ended the story. Yes. So here we're not just about spirituality, but yes, that was spiritual. And that's why when I started, I asked, how well do you know your pimp? How well do you know your mubaba? How well do you know your benefactor? And today I want us to differentiate between a benefactor and a pimp and all that. Okay, a pimp is that person who pays you immediately. Immediately you finish, you're doing things with them. So how well do you know a pimp? How well do you know a sugar daddy? How well do you know all of that? Because yes, we are women. I don't know about men, I'm a woman. We are ready to go to the streets. And at some point, we do not have we do not have strong spiritual background when we are ready to step into this kind of things. And the actual thing here is that, we are, as long as you've signed up for it, as long as you're ready to do whichever thing that is, you should be ready with the repercussions, you understand? I'm not judging her. I'm not saying that whatever she did was bad or whatever. In fact, if you find a man who is paying your rent, even renting an apartment, you're so rich. You're rich. Anyway, I'm not advising you to do that. So actually, I was supposed to say the story. I wasn't going to say it, but the story just came in before today. So I had to share it with you. So the story that I really wanted to tell you, my incident was, okay, even me myself, once upon a time, I was doing a shower hour. The story is long, but today I want to share something that is linking to what this my friend really went through. Like, they're quite linked, but not too much. Okay, so so I wasn't going to the streets to look for men. I wasn't going to the bars but to look for men or clubs or whatever. Or if it's any of those, is if where I get them, they're not there. So you understand, that is when I'll go out. But literally, I was indoors when getting the pimps. The pimps, I don't know if they have plural. Anyway, okay. So mines, I used to get them in different or other weird places, on certain websites, on certain apps. I'll mention them maybe on the next episode. Anyway, so eventually on mine, I met, okay, so yes, I used to have calls, different calls. If I can't do something, I'll say no. But remember, on the website, I have mentioned what I can do. So some things that I say I can do. I've mentioned I can do. And when the client texts me and whatever they're asking for is too much, I'd say no. But yes, I used to do that. Anyway, so what really happened on this one, this client called me. It was, I think, on Sunday or Saturday. But It was Sunday, it wasn't Saturday. So he called me. I was very surprised. He was like, I don't know if I can do this on, I can say it on YouTube, but he was like, do you do BDSM? I was like, yeah. And then I was like, he asked, okay, I'm looking for a dom. I was like, yes, I'm a dom. And then he was like, right, the likes are too much. Anyway, and then he started asking. He said, I want to ask something. I mean, I want to inquire, but I'll inquire later. Let me get home and then I'll inquire. Of course, when my clients used to ask for anything, if they wanted to ask for anything, they would look for a safe space for them to talk. You understand? So this guy eventually he called again. And he was like, I want to be your slave and stuff. Sorry, this is TMI. But I want to be your slave and stuff. And I was like, okay. You know, when he says slave, okay, in my head I was like, I want to chain you like a dog. And then, yes, you're my slave right now. That was what I was thinking. But he was asking for some weird things. I swear I've never, ever, ever heard of that. Okay, so he asked, this is confidential. It's confidential. So it's actually bad that I'm saying this on here. But I mean, anyway, he asked if he could. I mean, you remember I mentioned that I thought he was going to ask if, the chaining him like him being my dog, you understand? Anyway, the thing he asked was, can I be your toilet? I show me. Okay. It's not funny, but I was shocked. I mean, ever since I started doing, at that time when I was doing that, ever since I was in that industry, I call it industry, I have never heard of that. But I mean, I didn't judge any of my clients. I didn't judge them. I did understand what they were going through at some point here. Most of them were stressed. Anyway, so like, can you be my toilet? I was like, show me, yo, Joe. Oh, no, hi. You want me to do? And then he said, I want you to put me in your toilet and be pooping. I mean, me poop in his mouth. The request was too much. It was very disgusting. I mean, I'm not judging him. And then after a while, once he told me that, I was like, okay, I'll think about it. It was like, just to mention your price, I will give you anything you want. And that is what was going on. He used to call me just to see if I have already accepted his request. It was like, I'm still thinking about it. And now I've made this story from my anonymous viewer, and now I wanted to share it out. Yes. Most things in this life, they are spiritual, because once he started asking for it, at some point, yes, I wanted it because it had money, but I was like, what will be eating my poop? What is that? I mean, what will be eating? I mean, he's a human being, yes, but what is that thing? What is forcing him to do it? I'm not judging. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to be in that industry that I was in. In fact, I can say at some point I might be broke right now because I left it. But anyway, I'm so happy that people are okay to share with me some of those, because yes, I've experienced some of the stories. I know I haven't experienced whatever all of you people have experienced, but I have some. And I want to advise anyone who is watching me behind that screen. anyone who feels like they belong to the street. I know you want to wake up. I know there are times you want to wake up and go to the street to look for a man to pay for you. I mean, to be your pimp or pay your bills, because that's what's popping right now. But before you decide to do it, you need to have a strong spiritual background, because we care about you. I mean, I care about you. I do care about you. I'm not joking. I care about anyone who wants to do something without thinking about their spiritual life. Remember life physically, people will see like, people will think that life is physical because that's, you wake up, you step on the ground, you walk. No. Most of the things are being controlled by the spiritual life, because most women, I mean, most of us who want to get into this, I'll still call it industry. We do not understand. We do not get. I mean, when you get to that place, there are women there, and yes, they do know spiritual things than you do. Which I'm saying, it's a good thing to understand yourself spiritually and have a strong spiritual background, so that even, because it's not easy to get clients out there if you're in that industry. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying you're a bad person, God didn't love you, or you're just a bad person to the society. No, most people survive like that. So before you step there, you need to be spiritually strong, because you don't know who is out there, what they want. In my videos, some of my videos have said people can use money to just steal a soul. So be mindful when you step outside. And yes, also if you're also mindful when you're stepping outside, you still need that spiritual background to make you get clients, because it's not easy. I mean, good ones who care about you. So be mindful. And another thing, before I forget, do not fall in love with that pimp that you are going out with. It's a bad thing, because yes, I mean, it's a very bad thing. Even that Mubaba who you feel like he's paying your bills, you're a sugar baby, bro, that is the baddest thing you can ever fall for. So be mindful. Don't just be mindful spiritually, be mindful in everything you are doing when you want to step in the street. And a big shout out to the anonymous viewer who will be watching this, because they told me to put them anonymous when saying their story. And everyone who will watch this, if you have any other story in regards to whichever thing you want us to talk about, you are free to talk about it. And at some point, maybe I might have, I will have, maybe there are things I haven't mentioned on here, because maybe I just didn't mention them and I've been repetitive at some point. So just leave your comments on the comment section below. Positivity is the vibe, no negativity. Do not try to be negative towards the first story. I mean, my anonymous viewer. Do not be negative towards her. English is hard. It's hard. And yeah. If you have your story, just, if it's anonymous, you don't want to be here, it is okay. You are very much welcome. You're very much welcome to my inbox. Okay, my that one is on the screen, also on my bio. Yeah, so okay, so enjoy your week, have a lovely week. View this one is for awareness. Anytime you see me sitting alone, most likely is awareness. You need to be aware of this and that, so view it. Big shout out to my community once again, to my crew my cameraman, he's angry. Anyway, big shout out to everyone who is watching me, and I love you all. I love you. I still love you. And stop watching my videos.